Hey, so there was a really great experiment done on the power of intention, and they took one orchestra and asked them to play the same piece of music. But the first time round, they asked a conductor who was really in love with music and really encouraged his musicians and brought out the best of them in a really, really gentle, loving way. And they recorded that piece of music. And then the second time, they asked a conductor that was very regimented, so quite fearful in his approach, really got amazing results, got what he wanted, but quite in a forceful way. And some they said that he'd put the fear of God in his musicians, so they got it right. So at the end, they had two recordings, exactly the same piece of music, and just the conductors being different. So then rec- they asked people to listen to it as they measured their stress response. So they measured their heart rates, they noted how their breathing changed, and I think it was this, they measured their sweat glands as well. Um, so they could really record their stress response. And when the people listened to the music where the conductor was totally in love with the music, then their breathing relaxed, their heart rate went down, um, and they showed signs of being totally at ease. And then when they listened to the other piece of music with the conductor that was very regimented, the opposite happened. So the heart rate went up. The sweat glands were producing sweat. The breathing got shallower. So really showing signs of stress in the body. And I think what struck me was the fact that anything we do, we're really putting our energy in there, because that was one person going through other people to play music, to then go onto a recording, to then go into the listener. So if you think how far that had actually spread out, and often I think, well, is that the reason we're attracted to certain art in different ways? And it might be, that we're resonating with a particular piece that's quite angry or frustrated. And then there are other pieces that will totally relax us. So, whatever reason we're attracted. But I think more than anything, it showed how powerful we can be with our intentions, and that intention isn't a thought. So both musicians wanted to produce a really good piece of music, and they did. But actually, intention is who you are, who you're being in your body, what you actually emitting as you go through life, as you put your work into your life, or your thoughts, or anything that you do. So it's really important when we are creating or we're setting an intention to get behind it with how we feel. So really feel what it is, the essence of what you want to create. Because basically, whatever we do, whatever we choose to do, we're always doing it because we want to feel better somehow, in some way, even if that's to offload guilt or anger, which I wouldn't recommend, because what we want to do is, yes, deal with those things, but when we're actually putting something out into the world, getting really clear about what are we rippling out, what's important to us. And a lovely way to do that is just to take some time, just to sit and breathe and get our bodies into a really relaxed state, and then see the end result and notice how that makes you feel. So it's not just a thought. And it might be at that moment you realize that actually I am doing this because I feel guilty, or it's somebody else's wish for me, or expectation. So that moment of really dropping in really helps you understand what your intention is, so you can get really aligned with what it is that you would like to create, how you would like to live, and what you actually want to keep rippling out from you into the world.